6 p.m. Universal Time, you follow weekly news on Gbeke. Gbeke Education and Culture, Henri Poincaré School have created a special music session for its students. After the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations AFCON, what do visitors keep about Côte d'Ivoire and Abidjan especially? Details in this new session. Job in Africa is an important issue for young people in Porto Novo, Benin. The Songhai Center is an example of training and job provider. Good evening and welcome. Gbeke, the second city of Côte d'Ivoire in the domain of education, Henri Poincaré schools are among the best schools. Talking about this issue, we take into account the results and the entire organization. Here, a special music session helped the administration and the students to celebrate the country. Let's follow this special edition of the Ivorian flag raising. The 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations AFCON ended in February 11th. The world visited the country. Apart from sport, what are the other potentialities of the country? Sublime Côte d'Ivoire, a report of Côte d'Ivoire tourism.
Welcome to Côte d'Ivoire, land of discoveries and dreams. With more than 60 ethnic groups, the Ivorian people are a true cultural mosaic. Côte d'Ivoire, country of hope and hospitality, welcomes you. Akwaba. From north to south, from east to west, Sublime Côte d'Ivoire extends an invitation to discover this beautiful country. Sublime Côte d'Ivoire, it's the hub for business tourism, with cities like Abidjan, Yamoussoukro, San Pedro, having world-class accommodation and exquisite conference centers which place the country in third position in Africa for business tourism after Morocco and Nigeria. Sublime Côte d'Ivoire. It's the seaside tourism, which is offered to you with immense beaches of fine sand between sea and lagoon. Seaside sites with unusual and varied charms to explore and discover to better appreciate this treasure of beauty. Sublime Côte d'Ivoire. It's a cultural diversity and valorization of customs, dances, and traditional celebrations of people who accept each other in their great diversity. Sublime Côte d'Ivoire. It's the ecotourism in this ubiquitous environment and its lush forests that call for exploration and safari in our national parks and reserves, some of which are recognized as World Heritage Areas by UNESCO, inspiring the discovery of fauna and flora. Sublime Côte d'Ivoire is the promotion of the arts and crafts, with paintings of sacred essences, woven loincloths, potters, and sculptures. From tradition to modernism, this creative and mysterious craft honors our ancestors. Sublime Côte d'Ivoire. It's the religious tourism, proof of harmony, spiritual and cosmopolitan tolerance, with the largest and highest basilica in the world in Yamoussoukro, and the century-old Mosque of Kong built in terracotta. Exoticism, change of scenery, tranquility, good living, such is the image of Côte d'Ivoire, special in many ways. Welcome to Côte d'Ivoire, country of human warmth. Welcome here, where the dream takes shape. Photomena on the land of elephants and cocoa. Experience Côte d'Ivoire and be sublimated.
Job, an important issue for Africa. In Benin, in West Africa, the Songhai Center is one of the most amazing center provider of training and job. Discovery of Songhai Center, a report of Danny Christian and Katrina Vance.
If a child washes his hand clean, he can eat with kings. If you make an effort, you become anything you want to become. It is central in African mentality, in the African philosophy.
Here in Porto Novo, Benin, the Africa of tomorrow is happening today.
Songhai is a project of a new African society to show that Africans can be on the driver's seat. Let Africans know that every individual, every human being becomes a pole of invention, creativity, innovation. So our educational system must change, that everybody say, look, I am there. This is the meaning of democracy, when every individual in the community becomes the center of innovation, preparation, instead of pyramidal, the boss, every other person on the ground. We want to change the whole thing. Every young African say, look, I am capable, I can invent.
Nearly 20 years ago, Father Godfrey Nuzama-Jo brought the Songhai Center to life. After studying in America, he realized Africa is seen as an impoverished and underdeveloped country. In reality, it is rich with natural resources and human motivation. The Songhai Center offers an outlet to maximize students' potential.
The emblem of Songhai is the eagle. Eagle, like the American eagle. The eagle can see miles away. So the value of vision is very important.
Songhai offers knowledge in 5 capitals: environmental, human, social, technical, and financial. With this knowledge, students can contextualize what they learn and apply it to their life.
Songhai is now an African center of excellence where we bring all those young people and retrain them to become poles of innovation. So the training here is bringing, we call it head, hand, and heart. A totally new ways of training, of doing education.
Father Nuzama-Jo believes Africa is joining the third industrial revolution, centered on environmental and human capabilities. Songhai is an example of a self-sustaining, zero-emission center that creates and distributes natural energy. Through Songhai training, the individual student becomes the center of innovation. He or she is the solution to putting Africa on the industrial map.
So I say it is a logic of poverty. We are exporting wealth, but importing poverty. So we want to reverse it. Doing our industries in Africa, linking to our primary production, we are stopping that logic where we export wealth and import poverty. My hope really is for the young people to realize their potentials in themselves and to say, look, I am going to be the solution. I am going to work hard to develop myself. It's not going to be the other person, it's going to be me, you, and you over there.
The future of Africa looks bright as Songhai's message continues to spread.
You feed a man, give a man fish today, you're going to give him again tomorrow. But if you teach him how to fish, he's free. So Songhai project is to teach Africans to fish. And I tell people we do even more than teaching them to fish, we teach them to grow fish.
Thanks to follow us and see you next time.